sideline, it is their head coach. His team looking for a second straight victory after the win a week ago. On the other sideline, it is the head coach of the Saints. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olsen, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go from the Superdome. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. He can continue to play that style of ball. It's going to be a tough group to match up.
With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. Going right. It's taken in. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Saints first down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. To the air now on 1st and 10. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down. Now, faking the give. Letting a big guy rumble. And he's in. Touchdown, Saints. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
The extra point is good, and the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregamas is back to send this one away. Keelan Robinson to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the number 3 overall pick of the 2021 draft. From North Dakota State, it's Trey Lance.
Well, he certainly had a little bit of a gunslinger mentality a week ago, Mike, and for better or for worse, he was throwing the ball all over the place. And at the end of the day, he came out with the win, but he is very aware. He has to do a better job protecting the ball. Continue to generate the explosive plays through the air. That's great, but he cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, here we go.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
To the left side, he's got Ferguson. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Dak going to give this to Blue. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
He'll step up and run. And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Go play action. It's Prescott. That's into the hands of the fullback. To the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. Cowboys come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Saints offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Tag! 65.
He'll drop to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 45 yards. Here's carry number 1 for Rashad White. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 5.
Here we go, shot. 72.
He'll look to throw. He takes off.
It's a gain. That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
These These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
At the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Mechie, the man in motion. Now this time they'll look to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not.
He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, New Orleans. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want a defender return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll step up and run this. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Out of the gun, a give to Blue. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Prescott. That's complete to Blue. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate, there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. They run straight ahead with Blue. And a nice run there as he surges forward for a gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down. Now Prescott. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Open man, right side, he's got it. And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' first down. As this defense is too loose there. Gain of 19 on 4th down. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. The Saints out on top. More from New Orleans after this. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll run with blue. And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Back to throw is Prescott. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
First down. It's a gain of 6. First down, Dallas.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. It is brought in the end zone. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Kick is good. That ties the game at 14. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease. Their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns. But still, they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll work this out to the 23. The veteran, Kenny Clark, in on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 1st down, it's White. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
They'll go again with White. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this drive gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle with White. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the bag at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll motion the slot man right. He'll try to pick this up with a pop pass. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Set up.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Complete.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
Third and 4.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. First 2 drives yielded touchdowns. Now they can make it 3-4-3. It is first and goal. Back to the air one more time. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown Saints. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Borregales now for the extra point. He knocks it through. Saints have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first.
The Cowboys offense and their running back, Jaden Blue, heading back out there. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin first and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Blue going to get it again here on first down. And he searches forward for a gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 44 now. Here's second and 4. Prescott now. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. You look out there and you have a mismatch. You have a linebacker or a safety on your running back. He's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Second and 7.
Second down, Prescott. That one swung out to Blue. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Gain of 15 yards.
Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
First down. A gain of 15.
On the ground, it's Blue. And he's into the end zone. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Dallas.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. And the Cowboys will even the score. It's now 21-all.
Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. And he's got it at the 1. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. The Saints offense ready to get back at it. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6. Here comes 2nd and 4.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Now they'll set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Open man is Mechie. He's got it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. This one caught by Mechie. 2nd and 5.
Complete to John Mechie. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to keep it himself. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And into traffic, but taken in. It is 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. He completes this one to Mechie. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game, and that one a 1st down. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll set up the screen to White. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. But the fullback trying to power it home. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
The PAT up and good. And the Saints go up by 7, 28-21. Still a little time. Final minute of first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Cowboys offense and their running back, Jaden Blue, heading back out there. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
17 yards. And the Cowboys first down.
This is Blue. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's Prescott. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Open man, left side. He's got it. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Prescott. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. 10 weeks have come and gone. The temperature's starting to dip a little bit here in November. Lots to show you. Let's talk about it. Our look around the NFL starts now. At MetLife Stadium, the Jets at home to take on their stadium co-tenants, the New York Giants. And it's Jackson Dart. He's going to pull it down and take it into the end zone from 3 yards out. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. Looking in on the Commanders, they're playing host to the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's Dontavian Wicks. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. One more to show you. Let's go to Philadelphia. It's the Eagles hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the man, Saquon Barkley. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense and their running back, Jaden Blue, heading back out there. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10.
Let's go. 50, green, ready.
They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
8 yards.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Set. 60 red.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Open man, right side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Blue. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready, ready. Black, 95. Hut, hut.
They'll run for the first time with Keelan Robinson. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 3rd down, they need 5.
Ready.
Now Lance. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Lance. That's taken in. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 40, ready.
They'll run with Gilliam. And he'll get about 5.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Set, ready. Set.
Throwing, Lance. Out wide, that's Robinson. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and it results in a negative play.
From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal.
Come on, set, hut.
Again, and here comes Robinson. And And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up third and goal.
4 yards on the pickup.
Third and goal.
Third and goal.
Down. 43 left. Red. 38. Check.
Here's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down. The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Travel start on the ground, and he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down, back at the 5.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Tight end going in motion here. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Number 87. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Back to throw. Big hitting slant there.
It's a gain of
14 yards on that pass play there. First down, New Orleans.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 78 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Extra point now for Borregales. It's up and through. Saints will extend this third quarter lead.
35. Cowboys 24.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Cowboys offense and their running back, Jalen Blue, heading back out there. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
Ready.
To throw is Lance. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath, but give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Now Robinson. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
He's brought down at the 31. 5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Here now, 3rd and and 5.
Ready. Yellow, 43. Set, go.
And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! The Saints offense getting set to get back to work. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
At the 27-yard line.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
Well, after not having much success in the 1st half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Here we go.
Now, faking the give. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Just short of midfield.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
For the Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run over center with White. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. On the ground, it's White. We begin the 4th quarter. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. And he'll be taken down. They got him. At the 50-yard line. Former 3rd overall pick, Quinton Williams. He's in to drop him for a sack. And that will bring up 4th down. On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down, back at the 5.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll go again with Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Third down and 13.
Here we go. Set.
Lance looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That is hard down the field. He's got it. And he is going to have a Cowboys first down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long.
Cowboy first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be practically played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's down the field for Lamb. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to be third down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got it. Carl Granderson. He gets in there to record the sack, number 16 now on the season.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Saints offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. On the toss, they'll run, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. Try again, it's 2nd and 10.
And 10. At the Cowboys' 25-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun. This is White, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
He'll drop to throw. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown Saints. His second rushing touchdown of the year. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Rodriguez now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the touch. This one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Ready?
To throw, here's Lance. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard.
At the 31-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut.
A run, this is Gilliam. And I don't think he got there wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Set. Ready. Ready.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Comes to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Set. Set.
They'll look to throw. On a short throw, caught by Ferguson. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Set.
1st and 10 at the
He'll look to throw. A diving effort there, just out of his reach. Incomplete.
intended for C.D. Lamb. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Let's go now. Cut.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
Okay. Ready? Down. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Patrick.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. And one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense. keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Routes another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So this one, a win for the Saints. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.